live and on your side. You're watching WBRC Fox 6 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelsey Davis. Thank you for joining us. Happening right now, a public forum hosted by Senator Doug Jones looking at how to save Gadsden's largest single employer. Senator Jones and numerous community leaders are discussing the 90-year-old plant, its recent layoffs, and its future in Gadsden. Local union president Mickey Williams says the tire industry in general may see too much of the product in the next 2 years. With the overabundance of tires, Williams suggested lawmakers pass a bill to give incentives to Alabama car makers that use tires made in the state. Senator Jones has been discussing the current job market as well. We'll hear from the senator in our later newscasts. Well, we're continuing to remember the life and legacy built by local blues icon Henry Gipp Gibson. He passed away at the age of 99 years old. Bacardi Savage went to Gipp's Juke Joint, where he spent some time speaking to one of Gipp's daughters.
It's not fancy, but this is a place of music and good vibes, just like the sign says, which is undeniable when you walk through that door. It's something that I got a chance to experience earlier this year when we came here to shoot for Magic City Weekend for Mr. Gipp's birthday. Turning 99 years old, Henry Gipp Gibson said, "The blues keeps death away," and his juke joint, Gipp's Place, brought people from all over the world to Bessemer, Alabama.
China, Japan, all over the world. Every week I got 10 and 12 people coming here. Do you think it only count of me? Yeah. No. It's only count of the boys that God give for me to speak up to them.
But Gipp was known to make sure that people had a good time.
Drinking a little bit. Drink just a little less than God.
And after Gipp's passing, his daughter Cherie told us this.
I want y'all to remember my father as the person he was, caring, charismatic, and loving, and people's person. He was a people's person to the end.
And at Gipp's, everyone was welcomed.
To my father, this was a Taj Mahal, the biggest builder. He'll nail a plank here, he'll build a step there, and he just thought this was fabulous, beautiful. To him, you couldn't get better than this. This is what he lived for.
Although the maestro won't be here, I'm told that's not the end of the music. There are shows planned through the end of the year. From Gipp's Place in the Marvel City, I'm Bacardi Savage, WBRC, Fox 6 News, on your side.
Well, looking now to special election results, Talladega will soon be under new leadership, and it's a change that is historic for that city. Timothy Ragland was elected mayor. The 29-year-old is the town's first black mayor and youngest mayor. Ragland won the race by only a 23-vote margin, defeating incumbent Jerry Cooper in the runoff election.
It's a great honor that the people of Talladega thought enough of me to allow me to make this historic run, and I'm so thankful to them, and I can't wait to get to work on behalf of the citizens of Talladega.
Now, Ragland will be sworn into office on November 4th. In Birmingham, a property tax that's been in place for several years was renewed. Voters overwhelmingly decided to keep the tax, with more than 13,000 votes in favor of renewing it. That tax is estimated to bring in some $32 million annually for the Birmingham City school system. And we are still updating election results right now on the WBRC News app. Just head to the app and tap on the sections icon, and you'll then be redirected to a screen where you can select election results to see those numbers as they continue to come in. Well, it was also a historic night in Montgomery. Judge Stephen Reed won a runoff election, beating out businessman David Woods. Reed will be that city's first African-American mayor. Right now, Reed is a Montgomery County probate judge. He campaigned on building a new city, or a new future for the city that's steeped in civil rights history.
Our bar is high because we believe that Montgomery can be a place of first choice. We believe that Montgomery doesn't have to be a place of last resort. We believe that Montgomery has a brighter windshield than it does a dim rear view.
Now, Reed will be sworn into office on November 12th. Well, now that Jefferson County Sheriff's Office has taken over patrols in Fairfield, we're hearing from some concerned residents on how much this will cost. A lot of people at a community meeting last night were voicing those concerns and demanding answers.
It matters because the money has to come from somewhere.
Now, since October 5th, Sheriff Mark Petway says 8 dedicated deputies have been working 12-hour shifts. The sheriff says the city will always have coverage. Here's what Fairfield Mayor Eddie Penny had to say about the cost of those patrols, though.
Only thing I can say is that the city spends approximately $1 million a year on police services.
Money you're giving to the sheriff's department, is it more or less than $1 million?
I've told you once, it's a work in progress.
Now, the contract for those patrols is just 1 year. After that, Fairfield city leaders can decide to renew or cancel. Well, 2 area police departments are feeling the impacts of a recent fatal crash. The coroner's office says Officer Alfara Franklin was killed in a crash that happened last week on 5th Street North in Lipscomb. Franklin had just recently joined the Birmingham police force. In fact, he served on the Fairfield police force until the day before his death. We're told the 37-year-old was off duty at the time of that crash. He's survived by his wife and 4 children. Well, state corrections investigators need your help finding the man on your screen right now. Investigators say Vernell Sanders escaped from his work release duty in Montgomery County. Sanders is originally from Bessemer. If you see this man, again, take a moment and look at your screen. If you see him, you're being urged to call 911 right away. Well, it's now 12:06 on this Wednesday afternoon, and I am still so excited, and know a lot of you guys are too, because we still seem to be in fall. It's still fall.
I know.
Summer hasn't come back.
Right, I know everyone freaks out when we get like a cool down. Oh, is it going to get hot again right away? And that has been the case. Now, we will be trending warmer through the rest of this week, but nothing like we had last week. And we are tracking our next big thing, one of many, which would be that cold air. Look at that, 12 degrees. Not going to get that cold down here, but that's the way it is right now in Billings. We have temperatures in the 70s right now as we take a look at the view from space. We have some clouds building in across the eastern part of the state. Rain still staying back to our west, but some of these clouds we will watch today, and a couple could grow into some isolated showers. So we'll be tracking that on First Alert Doppler, which right now is quiet. So 70 in Ashland, thicker clouds there, 79 Birmingham, 83 in Tuscaloosa. And as we progress through the afternoon, again, some of the muggier air just to the west may support, again, those isolated showers. You get those dew points in the 60s. So small chance for a passing shower today. Temperatures upper 70s, lower 80s, but we will see those temperatures going up, and then another cool down. We'll talk about that all in detail in about 10 minutes.
Thanks so much, Jill. What looked like parents working together to fight for a school to stay open might not be as serious as first thought. Superintendent Dr. Keith Stewart is meeting with parents of Greenwood Elementary in Bessemer today. In a statement last week, Stewart said Greenwood will remain open next year. But Stewart says tonight's meeting will be a chance for school district leaders to clear the air and address rumors concerning the school. Parents will also be able to address concerns about the condition of the building and enrollment numbers. That meeting will be at 6 p.m. in the Greenwood Elementary School cafeteria. Well, happening right now, a job fair and entrepreneur resource expo for veterans. In addition to local and regional employers, there are also job training and entrepreneurial resources. The expo is happening right now. You got about an hour before that wraps up. It ends at 1, and it's happening at the Hilton Birmingham UAB. So grab your resume and head on over there. Well, new at noon, a recall on infant bibs. IKEA is recalling these the Matvra bibs because of a possible choking hazard. IKEA says parts of the snap closure can fall off and again be dangerous to small children and babies. So far, there are no reports of any injuries. Those bibs come in 2-packs and are pink and blue like the ones you're seeing on your screen here. We're told other colors of similar bibs are not a part of this recall. If you do have any of those, again, pink and blue bibs from IKEA, you can return them for a refund. Well, parents of high school student athletes need to listen up. Schemers are making their way around the country and posing as college recruiters and targeting college-bound athletes, and they're promising athletic scholarships that will never come through. The Better Business Bureau warns parents to do some serious research if their child is approached by a so-called recruiter.
First thing is they need to talk to their coach at the school and see if they're familiar with this particular company. The parents can also investigate these companies. Are they really a part of a legitimate recruiting agency? What are the rules? What are the fees?
Now, the BBB adds that parents should make sure they get a contract in writing what says what these recruiters or so-called recruiters will actually do. Again, get it in writing and ask questions. Well, it's what every girl in the 90s wanted, an entire room featuring everything Lisa Frank. How you can enjoy all these crazy cool colors, animals, and more. We'll have that later on in the show. And you know, we're going through a drought right now, and coming up, we're learning how researchers are trying to learn from Alabama's forests during these extremely dry times. And new startling numbers about vaping illnesses' impact on Alabamians. You're watching WBRC Fox 6 News on your side.